Good day everyone, I'm Jane Anzalon, currently studying at Isabela State University, Kawayan Campus, taking up Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Now, I will discussing to you the IT122 Networking 1. Data communication is the exchange of data between two devices via some from a transmission medium. Data communication, transfer of digital data between two enables computer to share data or information. There are 5 characteristics effective communication. 1. It uses the same transmission medium and language. Magiging effective ang communication pag magkaparehas ang lengguwahe na ginamit at transmission medium. Number 2. Direct and indirect communication. There is less chance of confusion with direct communication, but there is a greatest risk of surprising or upsetting the receiver. There is a higher chance of confusion with indirect contact, but there is a lower risk of offending the receiver. Number 3. Mutual understanding. Participants not only exchange knowledge, news, ideas, and feelings, but also build and share meaning, resulting in mutual understanding. Number 4. Continuous process. In continuous process, communication is a never-ending process with no beginning or end. Communication may be viewed as a result of a previous communication occurrence that leads to a new communication situation. And last, use of words as well as symbols. Symbols can be communicated verbally speaking the word hello, in writing putting the letters HELLO together, and nonverbal waving your hand back and forth. Data refers to information presented in whatever form is agreed upon by the parties creating and using the data. There are 3 fundamental characteristics of data communication. These are delivery, accuracy, timeliness. Delivery. The system must deliver data to the correct destination. A data communication system's main goal is to deliver or pass data from a sender to a receiver at the correct location. Accuracy. The system must deliver the data accurately. This means the data must be sent to the receiver without being tampered with or corrupted by the data transmission device. The data sent by the sender should be received by the receiver exactly as it was sent by the sender. And last, timeliness. The system must deliver data in a timely manner. The system must maintain timeless. Data must be delivered as it is created, in order in which it is created, and what significant delay. Next slide. Components of data communication. Message. It is the information, data to be communicated. Message is the data or information that needs to be shared. This message could be in the form of text file and audio file, or a video file, etc. Sender. It is the device that sends the data message. The device or the sender could be in form of a computer, mobile, telephone, laptop, video camera, and etc. that can transfer message from source to destination. Receiver. It is the device that receives the information. It is the device that receives the message. It is the location where the source's message has eventually received. Medium. It is a physical path by which a message travels from sender to receiver. The medium serves as a connection between the sender and the receiver throughout the entire data communication process. Protocol. It is a set of rules governs data communication. Means the designers of communication systems had already created various set of rules that reflect a kind of agreement between communicating devices. Data presentation. Data presentation is the form of which data is stored, processed, and transmitted information such as text, numbers, photo, or music into digital data that can be manipulated by electronic devices. Under the text, there is ASCII. It is a 7-bit system, and extended ASCII or EASCII uses 8-bit sequences which simplify the representations as 1 byte, 1 character. Unicode, another coding system, Unicode, which 16-bit sequence that allows for many more bit combinations to represent values, is used to represent foreign language characters. And last, ISO, International Organization for Standardization, is an independent, non-governmental international organization that develops standards to assess the quality and efficiency of products, services, and systems. Next slide, data flow. There are 3 types of data flow: simplex, half-duplex, full duplex. Simplex communication is unidirectional. It means simplex is only sends information in one direction. For example, a radio station usually sends signals to the audience but never receives signals from them. Half duplex. Each station can both transmit and receive but not at the same time. Half duplex means two-directional, one at a time. Sender can send and receive data, but one at a time. The example of this is walkie-talkie. Full duplex. Both stations can transmit and receive simultaneously. This means full duplex sender can send and receive data simultaneously, for example, in a telephone conversation. Next slide is network criteria. 1. Performance. It can be measured in many ways. Performance is the rate of transferring error-free data. The transit time is how long it takes the message to travel from one device to another. Response time. It is the elapsed time between an inquiry and a response. Response time is the amount of time that has passed between the end of an inquiry and the start of the response. The performance of the network depends on many factors such as number of users, type of transmission medium, capabilities of the hardware, and efficiency of the software. Number of users. More users on a network, slower the network will run. Transmission medium, physical connection used to connect nodes together. Slower computers such as XT or fast such as Pentiums. How well is the network operating system written? Reliability. It is measured by the frequency of failure, time it takes a link to recover the failure, and network's robustness in a catastrophe. Reliability of a network is the frequency with which it can be used Security. How the network protects data from unauthorized access. Security is the protection of hardware, software, and data from unauthorized access. Network is categorized with the following factors: size, ownership, distance of words, physical architecture. 1. Local area network. Number 2, metropolitan area network. Number 3, wide area network. LAN is small network that only covers a few buildings or a campus of up to a few kilometers in length. For example, laboratory network. While MAN or metropolitan area network, the size of a metropolitan area network can cover a city whose scope is less than 100 km. The best known example of metropolitan area network is cable television networks. And wide area network is span large geographical areas, often countries or continents. They contain millions of machines with care machines which are connected by communication subnets. Example, Internet. Internet is the largest wide area network ever established. Network is a group of connected communication devices such as computers and printers. Network is made up of several devices that communicate with one another. It can range from as few as 2 computers to billions of devices. Mid-1960s, stand-alone devices. ARPA, Advanced Research Project Agency. ARPA is underwrote development for the precursor of the Internet known as ARPANET. Department of Defense. Department of Defense utilized the single source of truth to power an array of analytics spanning network performance, application performance, and cybersecurity. In 1967, there are three: ACM or Association Computing Machinery Meeting. This ACM, Association for Computing Machinery, the world's largest educational and scientific computing society, provides resources to advance computing as a science and a profession. ARPANET. ARPANET was the network that served as the foundation of the Internet. And last, IMP. Interface Message Processor. From the late 1960s to 1989, the IMP was the packet switching node used to connect participant network to the ARPANET. In 1969, ARPANET reality. There are four nodes. 1. University of California, Los Angeles. Number 2, University of California, Santa Barbara. Number 3, Stanford Research Institute. In 1972, Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn Interneting Project Transmission Control Protocol. Number 1 is the encapsulation. Wrap the unwrap. Number 2, datagram prioritize time over reliability. Number 3, functions of gateway. Gate between two networks. Next slide. Shortly thereafter, TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, is a standard that defines how to establish and maintain a network conversation through which application programs can exchange data. TCP higher level functions. 1. Segmentation. TCP carries bytes of data from the higher level process by packaging it into TCP segments. Number 2, reassembly. Reassembly of a transmission control protocol data is streamed from payloads of TCP segments of a bidirectional TCP connection. And the last is error detection. Using these techniques, error detection thereby guaranteeing that the data will eventually be sent successfully. IP or Internet Protocol. This protocol defines how information is sent between systems over the Internet. Physically topology. It refers the way in which a network is laid out physically. Physical topology, this is the method employed to connect the physical devices on the network with the cable and the type of cabling used. There are four categories of physical topology. 1. Mesh. Communication is point-to-point. Mesh is a network setup where each computer and network device is interconnected with one another. Next is bus. It's a LAN or local area network in which all the nodes are connected to a single cable. Next is star. Star is also a LAN or local area network which all nodes are individually connected to a central point like a hub or a switch. And the last is ring. It's a network configuration where device connections create a circular to another like points on a circle. There are advantages and disadvantages of this mesh, bus, star, and ring. In the mesh, the advantage of this is point-to-point ink, robust, privacy or security. The disadvantages is expensive in cable and I/O connection, sheer bulk of wiring. In the bus, the advantages is less expensive than mesh, ease to installation. Disadvantages: difficult reconnection, difficult to add station, limited number of station. In the star, the advantage of this are point-to-point ink, robust, less expensive than mesh. The disadvantage is using central device. And the last is ring. The advantage of this are point-to-point ink to both side only. Easy to install and configure. The advantage of this is unidirectional traffic of signal. That's all. Thank you.